Hello YouTube and welcome back to X-Plane 11 for the final part of my review of this, the JustFlight Vulcan or the Avro Vulcan by JustFlight. If you have not seen parts 1 and 2 of this review, I highly recommend you go check those out. In parts 1 I go over the specifications, the price, what comes with the product, all the different liveries, and we go through a flight deck tour, cockpit tour, familiarizing ourselves with the actual aircraft, which is quite difficult to do with the amount of things in this cockpit. In part 2 I start the aircraft up from cold and dark using the tutorial. We take it out from RAF Cottesmore and we fly it over to RAF Bryce Norton. We do a few tests, have a look at the autopilot, the MFS, and just see what we can do and how the aircraft flies, getting a feel for the sound, getting a feel for the physics. This part is going to be a conclusion. I'm going to be taking it off from here, which is RAF Valley on the Isle of Anglesey. We're going to be doing some aerial manoeuvres over the actual training area in Wales, the Valley Aerial Tactics area, and then we're going to be flying it over to Farnborough. Hopefully that is. We'll fly it over to Farnborough and we will land it, and this is all going to be about whether you should buy this aircraft. So really this is just a filler. What's going to be going on in the background is going to be somewhat of a filler, and this is going to be about whether you should actually buy this aircraft. In short, yes, but make sure you stay tuned for the rest of the video to see some fancy, or hopefully some fancy flying in this aircraft. Also, hopefully another nice landing, and find out why I say that you really should purchase this aircraft. Alright, we're inside the aircraft, pretty much ready to go. I've just got to make sure that everything is set, so we're going to go for the we're going to be looking at the taxi checklist right now. Ejection pins are stowed, which they are. Pressure head heaters are on, that's the pitot heat, which it is on. Entrance doors are closed, that's true. We're going to have a black indicator there, that's good. Ground equipment has been removed, landing light lamps as required. We're going to flick those on, they're on taxi already. Brakes have been checked, hydraulic pressures are green. Let's have a look over here. Hydraulic pressures, they seem to be okay. Instruments have been checked, everything seems to be alright here. Okay, we're not going to be using much in the way of radio instruments or anything like that today. We did that in the last episode. Right, PFCs, check. Let's get rid of all of this. I think we're alright with all of these. Movement, let's try the movement. There we go, control surfaces are looking to work. There we go. That's pretty good. Make sure that move that out of the way. Probably need to get back to this seat and have a look down here. Make sure that those three are on. That's ready. That's what we're looking for. Nav selector needs to be central, just in case we're using the autopilot, which it is. I'm still not sure about that. That's the nav selector as far as I know. This one we're just going to leave it where it is. That looks ready to go. Okay, let's go towards the runway. Get ourselves rolling. Parking brake released. This aircraft's really good. I think we're going to be taking off runway 13 today. I've got to find out how to get to runway 13. That's the only issue. Just gonna wobble around a bit so I can have a look. Right, before takeoff, alternators are on. Sync bars, that's done, that's checked. All lights are off. Those are off. Hydraulic pressures are green. Transfer switches are aft. That's not those ones there. I'm just cutting through. Right, do we just go down the end of here, I think? I think we can go down the end of here. Fuel pumps are on. Crossfeed cocks are shut. Those are fine. Transfer switches center. Okay. Medium tank pressurization is on. Altimeter has been set. Radio altimeter is on. Check that down here. This is on. Somebody, speaking of radio altimeter and all that kind of stuff, somebody did ask me about TFR. Now I have checked. Unfortunately, TFR is not working in this aircraft, and I have asked JustFlight, and they have told me that TFR does not work in this particular aircraft. Cabin air port or starboard open. We do not want both. We'll leave starboard open. Engine air 1 and 2 or 3 and 4 open. Since we've got that one open, we're going to shut 1 and 2 off. Alright, after takeoff, well, that's going to be normal. We're okay with this. We're not going to an incredible height. Anti-icing should not be a problem, I hope. I'm probably going to have to switch some anti-ice on, but we'll do that after takeoff. We're not messing around with Bombay tanks.
Approaching.
Climb, that's fine. And we'll get rid of that so we can have a nice takeoff. This aircraft turns really, really easily, really quickly.
On runway 19, flaps, flaps.
We do not need flaps. I've got a feeling this is a really short runway that I've selected right now. Hang on a second. Can you just show me a map of this, please? Oh, I do not want that. I do not want that runway. Can I take off on this runway? 572 meters. I'm not capable of taking off on this runway. So no, let's move somewhere else. I thought so. I thought that just looks far too short. I wish that thing would be quiet about flaps and everything. So we're going to move over to this runway. So let's go up there. So we'll cut across. We'll jump off here, and then we'll go up there and then follow that along. That sounds reasonable. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. There we go. Now we should be heading towards the right runway. That would have been a disaster, wouldn't it? Right, Farnborough. We do not want Farnborough just yet. Thank you. No real departures that we're using, but let's find out what departures we have. We're just going to take off, fly runway heading, and then we'll see what we can do from there. Okay, so what are the things I like about this aircraft? I did say this is going to be a video of me explaining why I think this aircraft is worth purchasing. This aircraft, first of all, it's thank you. It's competitively priced. I do like that fact that it is very competitively priced, which is always a good thing.
On runway 13, flaps.
And you'll find the link in the description box. Let's go. But being competitively priced is a really, really good thing to have. In addition to that, it does have a lot of features, and it's really, really well made. I love the fact that it's really well made, because for the most part, you know, you can have aircraft that are well made and expensive, or you can have aircraft that are competitively priced and well made, or sometimes on occasion you get aircraft that are expensive but not that great. This is certainly not that. This is a well made aircraft. It's just very, very nice, easy to fly as well, and it just being a Vulcan, I guess maybe it's something about being British and seeing these aircraft when I was younger, flying around, things like that. Maybe it's because of that, but I feel like this is such a great aircraft to purchase. Let's have a look outside so you can have an idea of this aircraft. I mean, I went through this in the very first episode, but the quality of this aircraft, they have modelled this so well. They've really, really modelled it well. They've textured it really well. The criticism I had is I said I wish that there was a 8K variant of this aircraft. You know, to be for those people with really great PCs, that an 8K variant would have been awesome to have. I'm just trying to figure out a nice photo now. I'll take that. Probably going to take quite a few photos here. You know what we should do? I've got an idea. Right, what's our altitude? Let's level off here.
Altimeter setting.
Oh, quiet. Let's level off right here. But yeah, it's just a really, really nice aircraft. It's incredibly modelled, very detailed. Yes, the TFR doesn't work, and that's unfortunate that the TFR doesn't work. But overall, it's so nicely done. It's so nicely made, and I think hand flying the aircraft is where the fun is. Because right now I'm completely hand flying the aircraft, and I think it's really great. I think it is really, really great. The amount of liveries and textures that it comes in, I think we worked out that there were, how many? Was it 18, 19 different liveries and textures? I'm going to just double check on that now. Just trying to keep the power down on this and try not to have the nose constantly flying upwards. This aircraft does want to climb. Let me just count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17. There were 17. Oh wow, this is beautiful, really. I think there has got to be a spot in this where it's going to look simply amazing as it's flying around. Wales is always a really nice place to get some photos. Always a nice place to get some photos. Just because of, well, it's Wales. You know, it's the mountainous region is just brilliant. Anyway, let's go back inside. Let's have a look at what we've got. We are dipping, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start flying this a little bit more, I say crazily, but not quite crazily. But we are going to, I'm thinking, let's try and take this into the Mach loop. And I'll just show you another reason why I say this aircraft is is one that you should purchase, because the way it flies and the way it handles, at least I hope it handles this way when I throw it into the Mach loop, certainly should. Let's have a look at the map and figure out where we are. Where is the Mach loop? There it is. So what we're going to do is follow the coast along, and then we'll bring it in. And I'll tell you what, let's do some high power, low flying. I mean, this is where you get that kind of flying, isn't it? Really pushing down on the stick here. There we go. Let's kill the throttles completely. And then let's hear the howl come up momentarily. We'll just follow the coast along. Let's see, does the howl work when you go from nothing back up? I heard it, sort of. Unfortunately, it doesn't howl quite as much. I think it's there are two versions on this. And I'm just wondering if it's the other version that howls. The 201 and 301 engines. I'm just not sure which one has the howl as I want it. Alright, I think we're coming up on our opening here. Yes, we are. Alright, this is going to be quite interesting. So, another reason why I think you should purchase this aircraft is going to be the performance of this aircraft as we fly through the Mach loop, or part of the performance. This is going to be tough. I'm not. I'd say, am I confident in the aircraft being able to do this? Yes. Am I confident in my own capability? Most certainly not. Plus, I'm not capable of. Right, we'll fly us over this. Okay, got to focus. Got to try and not drop the nose as well. Not too much anyway. And we'll follow this in. Let's see if I can find the entrance to the loop. See, it's the physics, it's that hand flying experience that I really appreciate and really like on this. And I think JustFlight have got it really correct here. So, which way are we going? Let's see. There's the road. Right. There's the loop. I see it. Now it's just a matter of getting into it. Oh, what speed am I doing? 350 knots. This is not a speed I should be entering the loop at, but you know what? It's fine. Here we go. Wait, which one is it? It's this one.
Altimeter setting.
Okay. Not easy, but it's such an incredible aircraft to hand fly. It is such an incredible aircraft to hand fly right now. And it's really difficult. Oh, that's close. That was very close. Ooh, and a bit of red out as I pull some G's there. Come on. Okay, well, it's not making that one, that's for sure. It's not a fighter. It's not a fighter, but oh, does it fly really quite well. Come on. And you feel the difficulty. You really do feel the difficulty of this aircraft. It's not like it feels light. It feels heavy. It feels, you've got to treat it well. You really, really have to treat it well. And right now I'm just turning it sideways for the most part. Right, where am I supposed to be? Because I feel like I'm off the loop. Oh wait, there's the road. Is that the road? Nope, there's the road. You see, I've not managed to keep it in the loop here, but it just flies really, really well. And it doesn't feel, as I said, it does not feel light, but it's quite an agile aircraft. Whoops. Ooh, be careful. You can see I am pushing not just limits of the aircraft, but my own limits as well. Right, could I try something here? How fast am I going? Really quick. Maximum speed brake. Pull that back in. Round the corner. Throttle up. Whew. That was not easy. That there was not easy. Alright, let's go out this loop. Centimeters, well, not really centimeters, but still fairly close. Alright, let's get ourselves out of here. No more shenanigans. But you can see just how nice it is to fly the aircraft. Let's climb ourselves up to, let's get ourselves up to about 8,000 feet, I think, and we'll turn ourselves back around. Let's head straight out over to England.
Altimeter setting.
We're fine. We are going pretty fast as well. We're almost at the speed of sound. I want to, in fact, you know what I want to do? I want this to break the speed of sound. That's what I want to do. That's probably going to be an interesting one. Right, which way am I headed? S10. S10, let's do a climb. Because I'm going to dive at full power. I want to see what happens. We're going to climb into the clouds. So we're climbing straight through the clouds right now. 13,000 feet. Now I want to give myself about 17,000 feet, I think. Switch on those two. Oh, okay. At this altitude, climbing is interesting. Whoa, and I've had another drop. Nose just dropped suddenly. That's fine. I'm just messing around with the trims, that's what it is. But we are climbing and climbing and climbing. There we go. Let's give ourselves a pretty... Well, I mean, just look at that. Just... Is there anything that could compare really to an aircraft like this? That is just stunningly good. Alright, what's our altitude? 22,000 feet. Right. Let's try and figure this one out. Let's really try and figure this out. So, we're looking for Mach 1. Let's see what happens. Maximum power. Nose down. Well, not all the way down. I mean, we're already flying towards the coast. But there we go. Alright, we're now increasing speed. Oh, we're struggling. Come on. I know we're almost in a full nosedive. Did we manage it? We did not. That's unfortunate. Ah, that's unfortunate. I was hoping we'd manage that. That was also quite scary. It looks like this aircraft just cannot beat the speed of sound. That was very close though. That was very, very, very close. And we are doing 0.9 the speed of sound. Over 0.9, 0.93. Mach 0.93, so yeah, it was close. Just perhaps not close enough. Well, let's continue all the way down. And hopefully this, though not much of a review episode, has given you some of the reasons why I think you should buy this. As I said, the review is really in parts 1 and part 2. This is more of a conclusion. Should you buy it? As you can see what it's capable of. It looks great. It sounds great. It feels and flies great. Take it into a Mach loop. To be honest, I wasn't planning that. I was just going to do some spiral loops and things like that. I wasn't going to plan to take it in there, but I thought, well, let's just try it. Let's see what happens. And apparently that's happened. Let's see if I can bring up a route. Which airport? There we go. Right. What are the runways on this? Not an airport briefing, no. Not the airport information. We're going to try and land runway 06. Alright, that's the plan. 06 is the plan. And what's our altitude right now? 6,500 feet and climbing. That's fine. We can always, we'll do. In fact, I'll let the aircraft climb out so we can do a proper descent. What I really should have done is done some of these things. Climb. That's all fine though. All of this is sort of fine. Descent. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 shut. Yeah, we've got that. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I should be able to do this quite easily. Is it just misty inside or outside as well? I know it's fairly misty outside. I mean, the speed this aircraft is currently doing is look at that. Look at the speed this aircraft is doing. And you know what? It's so easy to fly. This is so easy to fly this aircraft. Alright, let's see. 7,000 feet. We're coming up to the coast here. So let's see what we can do. I say the coast, it's an estuary. I mean, this is the coast as well, but it's also the estuary. So where should we go? What should we look at? So maps, there we go, that's where we are. There's the Severn Estuary. I think we should probably, I mean, we're allowed to fly over Boscombe Down, so I think we'll get halfway across the estuary, turn in, and fly straight over there. And I actually am a little bit not quite aware as to where Farnborough actually is. I know it's here somewhere. I'm not 100% sure where. That's Sandhurst. Farnborough. Fairlands. That'd help. There it is, right there. I got that right. I got that fairly well set up. Okay, so we're going to head straight over there, line up into Farnborough. Job done. Right. Let's slow ourselves down. I say slow ourselves down, not much. Ooh, come on. Trimming the aircraft up really high speeds is not easy. I will say that. But that makes sense. That does make sense because you're going so fast. You know, for this aircraft, it's not really designed to be constantly going at this kind of speed. So it does make sense. Let's slow ourselves down to a far more suitable Mach 0.8. Oops. And I've still not switched my trim controls around. Let's not climb any further. I say let's not climb any further. Let's also turn in. Slow ourselves down to about 400 knots, I think. You should be heading in roughly where I want, which I am. Do not drop. There we go. Okay, and we'll turn that to head 060 at some point as well, pretty soon. That's fairly alright. About 14,000 feet. I think what we'll do is, let's see. Now let's keep ourselves at 14,000 feet for now. Just for now. Or roughly 14,000 feet. And we will work from there. Oop, as we go through some more clouds. This aircraft's so nice. It's really is. I know I'm not doing it a justice in the way I'm flying it. I really am not. But it is a beautiful aircraft to fly. Keep that nose up slightly. There we go. Level the wings off now. Just giving ourselves a gentle turn. Okay, let's take another look. And I think we should probably... No, not yet. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to line up with Farnborough from a ways away. In fact, what's the ILS for Farnborough? I'm going to try something. I am going to try something here. Farnborough. Approach. Runway. ILS DME runway 06. Oh, what do we have? Oh, I'm going to be coming in. I'm going to be doing a straight in 062, and it is 111.55. All right, this could go wrong. 111.55. I mean, it may go wrong, it may not. We're just slowly shedding off the speed now. And I'm actually going to reduce to 10,000 feet at this point in time. That's 1,000 foot per minute rate of descent. There we go. And I'll reduce down to about 250 knots as well. Right. This is where things... Now I really should be, of course, using the autopilot, but kind of do not want to. I'm going to switch it on to localizer though. I'm going to switch this over to approach. And we are now properly slowing down. Oops, I was supposed to be descending. Don't know why I let myself bring the nose back up to 0. There we go. Nice turn. Heading 060. Slowing ourselves down as well. Easy rate of descent. That's no longer turning. Pretty sure that's not 060, but that's okay. Yeah, it's not. We'll be alright. Do not raise the nose. There we go. Alright, coming out of 11,000. Now I could just again hit the autopilot, but I'm not going to. I've done that already. It's hand flying. This whole episode is hand flying. And that, I think that's the fun part of it. In fact, look at that. Now I've got my hands. I'm not even on the controls. My hands are off the controls because it's just trimmed into a perfect descent. Because now we're flying it at far more manageable speeds, speeds that it kind of likes. You know, the 300 to 400 knots range. Now, being a military aircraft, I'm going to say that we can break the 250 knot speed limit. Right, I want to switch this into ILS mode. How do I do that? I know there's a way to do it, but I do not know what it is. There's the ILS marker, that's fine. Not sure what that is. I'll leave that where it is. Go back to the map. And I think we should be on a really good run. All the way to Farnborough. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep bringing the aircraft down at 1,000 foot per minute. That's a constant happening. In fact, I'm going to now slow down to 250 as well. So I'm just going to idle. But I'm hoping that we're on a decent course all the way into Farnborough. Not 2,000 foot per minute, 1,000 foot per minute. There we go. Now I'm just trying to figure out how this will all work. Because I know we can have the ILS working, and again, not everything. I haven't tested everything on this aircraft for the simple reason that there's so much to do, there's so much to test, and you have to get used to the aircraft. I'm pretty sure I should be looking for an ILS here. Switch that on. I think that's what we've got. Okay, we're down to 250 knots now, which is great. 1,000 foot per minute rate of descent. You have to keep an eye out for Farnborough. Once again, it's not exactly easy. We are some distance away though. I mean, we could probably land at Boscombe down at this rate. But I think I'm going to bring myself down to 6,000 feet, and then we'll hold there. In fact, no, we'll bring ourselves down to 4,000 feet and we'll hold from there. That one's Farnborough, I think. Which one's Farnborough? That one. Which is kind of difficult to see, but it's that one there. Which we are heading directly towards. Which is pretty good. Alright, we're almost down to 6,000 feet. So, time to bring that nose up. And let's keep the... Well, let's actually leave it at the speed that we're at. Not that high. Don't bring the nose up that high. There we go. Or not. Maybe I should have used the autopilot. No, this aircraft's really nice to fly. It's just getting used to the aircraft, that's all. There we go. Done. I don't want to be flying at 200 knots, that's for sure. Will I make the howl again? Let's see. Yep, there's the howl. That immediately pushes the nose up. I mean, that makes sense. That does make a lot of sense. But we're trying not to push the nose up. That's the key here. Trying not to push the nose up. Now, amazingly, I thought I would need to use the speed brakes there to hold the descent rate, but that was pretty all right. I think 1,000 foot per minute it can quite happily manage. I must say that there is a really nice feeling here. As I put the throttles up, you feel the nose of the aircraft lift, which I think is a really, really nice touch. And you do not have to put the throttles up much at all. I mean, that was what? I think I brought it up another 20 or 30% above what I had, and I was immediately at 250 knots. That just shows how easy this aircraft is to fly. Like, ridiculously easy. We're almost at Farnborough. Now this speed we're not going to... It's going to take us a little while, but we'll be alright. And how long do I think it's going to take us? Well, actually, it's probably going to take us another 20 minutes at this speed. No, it's not. It's not going to take us 20 minutes. It'll take us about 10 minutes. So about 10 minutes from landing. And what I'll do is let's do a slow pass. In fact, let's do a slightly faster pass. Just slightly faster over Southampton. Or the Southampton area. I can just see it ahead of me. There we go. Might as well kick the power up. In fact, that's only up to 70%, so I've only gone up 20% there. And I'm climbing ridiculously fast. That's 300 knots. Just trying to keep that nose down as well quite nicely, which it's working. It really is, and that's what makes this aircraft so easy to fly. I cannot emphasize enough how enjoyable this aircraft is to fly, how much control you feel like you have, and how hands-on it is. That's the other thing, this aircraft is so hands-on. Right, are we going to get to Southampton for this? It's a very hands-on aircraft, and I think that's another reason why I like the aircraft so much. As we fly at almost 350 knots now, we've increased 100 knots in mere seconds. Are we going to be able to fly over Southampton? No, we're just going to go near it. That one is Southampton, right? That's not Southampton. Southampton's ahead of us. I was right. That's Bournemouth. Okay. So we'll just happily trot along towards Southampton. It's about 340 knots. Holding that rather stable. Weather is lovely to fly right now. It really is great weather. Visibility is pretty good. And it's just really nice to see the clouds and everything going across the English countryside. It's a really nice look overall. Hey, dip the nose. Alright. Come on, come on, come on. And let's check on Navigraph to see if there's anything I can do to help myself out here. So yeah, I suppose this is a bit longer than I thought it would be, but it does give you a fairly good idea as to what this aircraft is like to fly. As I said, if you want a more in-depth section of the review, parts 1 and 2 are the parts that you really need. With the throttles, this nose is pushing up more and more and more. I'm surprised. I'm surprised at the nose of this aircraft. Here we go. Right. Dipping back down as we should have. And then, if that nose once again, to ensure we do not end up climbing. No, I said so we do not end up climbing. There we go. And we're passing over Southampton now. Okay, let's go down to 4,000 feet. Let's go down to 4,000 feet and prepare ourselves for an approach into Farnborough, which is now going to be... Oh no, that's not Southampton either. That is Bournemouth. Southampton's directly ahead of us. I was going to say that didn't seem like Southampton, but okay. It's just me not being able to figure out my geography at all. So really I've dropped the nose too quickly. There's Southampton directly ahead of us.
Altimeter setting.
Oh shush. That's the Isle of Wight. Should I change course and head to Boscombe Down instead? No, I'm taking it to Farnborough. We're almost there. We've done it the entire way. Let's finish this. It's a long video, but that's okay. That's completely okay. I really want to make sure I get this right the first time though, which is why I'm sort of bringing the aircraft fairly low. Not only that, I'm sure people will enjoy seeing the aircraft flying above them at 6,000 feet and slowly descending. In fact, let's get ourselves slowly descending full stop. There we go. As we head over the edge of Southampton. I just need to now start keeping an eye out for Farnborough. If you do want to pick up this aircraft, the link is in the description box. And as I said, I highly recommend it, not just because of the visuals and the textures and the fact that it's a British aircraft. It's just so well done, and it feels really great. It's a great aircraft to hand fly. As I said, I've not used the autopilot through this entire episode. Yes, it's been a little bit difficult, me manipulating Avitab and talking and all of that kind of stuff, you know, checking my sound, checking how long the video's been, not knowing where on earth I'm flying. Hello people down there. But through it all, it's been a fantastic aircraft to fly. Will you shut up? Right, so we're going to go straight over Winchester after we pass Southampton, which is right there. And then as soon as we passed over, we're going to actually, Winchester's going to be to our left. We've got Salisbury currently to our left. And after we've passed Winchester, we're pretty much in the right direction here. I'd say what we'll do, let's move ourselves so that we fly directly over Winchester. Let's do that. There it is. I'm sure they'll enjoy that. And then we'll maintain our course of 060. What's the approach altitude we're looking at here? 2,500. Alright. So that's what we need to bring ourselves down to. Let's leave the Avitab up now. We'll leave it up. Yes, that's fine. I'll make it smaller and I'll bring it down there for us. Out of the way. Let's bring ourselves down to 2,500. Actually, we really do not need to bring ourselves down to 2,500. This is a fine altitude right now until we get closer. I mean, we're not that far away. We're really not that far away now. You can actually see. There it is. All we need to do is just make sure that we are perfectly lined up. Oh, hang on a second. There's a localizer. Is that my localizer? Because I know we've got a localizer and glide slope on this.
Altimeter setting.
I think No, that localizer cannot be from that far, surely. We cannot have a localizer that far out. Alright, 300 knots. We're still doing 300 knots, which is very fast. Breaking all sorts of speed limits here. Just looking ahead of me, trying to figure out where I need to be. Yeah, I think that... No, the glide path always comes up before the localizer, so that's not a localizer. Though it could be. Alright, here we go. We're in the area.
Altimeter setting.
Yes, yes, quiet. Descending now. Reducing speed. 250. In fact, no, reducing speed 200 actually. I see puppy lights. I see puppy lights ahead. $200. We're at 3,200 feet. RAF base ahead of us. Right, we should now be able to just manage this at level. Go on, keep it level. There we go. I think I see Farnborough ahead of me. I think. That there looks like Farnborough. Right there. At least I'm hoping that is. Keep reducing the speed. That's a working localizer. Here we go. You can actually see the localizer. That's perfect. I was hoping that would work. Oops. There it is. Okay, I no longer require this. We've got our approach. I'm not going to do gear down just yet. Hey, that's probably been a better approach than I thought it would be. And I'm really glad the localizer worked. And I'm hoping the glide slope works as well. I think I've selected it. Unless, well, I'm guessing the glide slope's showing me too low currently. Which is fine. That was the idea. I wanted to be too low so I could actually see things. Oh, yeah, the glide slope's working as well. Let's go follow the glide. There it is. You can actually see the yellow marks there and there on the what's this called again? The direction direct horizon. Direct horizon. That's it. Okay, and then I'm just going to fly it in. I think at this point we can go. Now we'll do gear down in a moment. Parachutes are armed. I hope they're armed. Everything else is fine. Just got to keep this as level as we possibly can. Gear. Right. Let's get the speed reduced. Come on, let's get the speed reduced. We do not have flaps. Quiet. More speed reduction required. I know the speed brakes are definitely needed on this.
Approaching 06. Flaps.
Quiet. No need to have flaps.
Unstable. Unstable.
I don't think I am unstable, I'll be honest. I think I'm fairly stable here. A bit wobbly, but not really unstable. Here we come. Nicely down, come on. And we are down.
5,000 feet remaining.
Parachutes. Reversers. Welcome to Farnborough. That's actually worked. I mean, I think that was probably fairly... Actually, I wouldn't say that was completely unstable. I think that was all right. What we'll do to end this video is let's go have a look at a bit of the replay, which is always a really good thing to do. As a matter of fact, what I'll do here is I'll actually save the flight, save the replay, which is sure. I don't know what the other replay is, but I'll overwrite the existing file. Please don't crash the computer. But at this point, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on X-Plane 11. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think. If you've picked up this aircraft, please do let me know. If you haven't, I think you probably should. If you like military aircraft, I think you really, really should pick this aircraft up. Is it Alt and R for replay mode? It is. And we'll bring ourselves down here. Go to free camera. Like so, and we will let's sit here and go back a couple of minutes. There we go. Wonderful. Okay, so yeah, make sure you do pick up this aircraft if you like your military aircraft. If you like hand flying, this aircraft is absolutely fantastic to fly. It really, really is. Link is in the description box below. If you can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon, www.patreon.com/EasyGadget. Your support would be massively, massively appreciated. It would really, really help me out. Also, you can find me on social media at EasyGadgetLP for both Twitter and Instagram. That was actually not a bad landing, I do not think. I really do not think that was a bad landing. There's the parachute. That's all from me, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Thank you me a couple of moments ago. That's all from me. Where is the aircraft? There it is. And I'll see you guys next time in X-Plane 11.